Well, let's get to one of them. Marty Stevens is on with us, and I appreciate his time. And Marty, welcome to the show. Paul Scudo is here. I know you guys know each other, and you're at one of the Step Denver sober homes. You're a resident there. I appreciate you joining us tonight. And tell us, if you would, whatever you're comfortable with, and telling us your story.
Yes, I'm Marty Stevenson, and I've been suffering from a drug addiction for over 20 years, and just being to that point where I had nothing left. I mean, I lost my wife, divorced me, my children wouldn't speak to me. My mom just threw up her hands and said, "Son, I love you, but you can't stay here." I traveled from North Carolina to Colorado just for this program, because I knew this was my last chance, my only hope of getting this help that I needed. And coming to this program has been one of the greatest things I've ever done, because, growing up, I mean, I had that same mom that was an enabler, and she enabled me for many, many years, and I never had that accountability or the freedom to even just try this on my own. Mm-hmm. I struggled with it, and I struggled, I failed. I was even at that jump-off point to where I can remember one time sitting on a set of train tracks and just praying that the train would come, not even wanting to get up the next day. And I know it was my higher power that the train never showed up. So I knew I had to get up and I had to get to work and get this recovery that I'm so searching for on a daily basis. And Step Denver has given me that chance to get my life back. I mean, when I came into this program, I was scared. I came all the way across the country, and I was scared. And the staff here was just so helpful and welcoming to me, and just getting me into this program and getting me started on this recovery was wonderful. Mm.
Is your mom still with us? Is your mom still with us?
Yes, sir. She's still with us. She's still in North Carolina, and my relationship since being here and moving into the sober home, my relationship with my mom has changed. I talk to my children on a regular basis. They're able to depend on me today to actually be a better person and to help them wherever I can.
Man, that is it's tremendous. Congratulations on your success. To be able to repair some, maybe at some point you may have even thought that the relationship, it wasn't salvageable with your kids or your parents. And I mean, just congratulations to you. I'm just curious, if you came damn near halfway across the country from North Carolina, how did you hear about STEP, and was it everything? It sounds like that it was everything that you expected it to be and more.
Yes, sir. I actually went online and I was researching facilities that I could come to. I mean, that was like free. I mean, free facilities that I can come to. And Colorado, when Step Denver came up, I read about the program. I done my research, and I just made a phone call and just asked, okay, can I get in? And when they told me I could get in, I mean, everything just lined up so perfect for me to come from North Carolina to this program that I knew it was my higher power doing for me that I couldn't do for myself.
Marty Stevens. Is it Stevens or Stevenson?
Stevenson.
Stevenson. Marty Stevenson, he joins us from one of the Step Denver sober homes. And I want to bring Executive Director of Step Denver, Paul Scudo, back into the conversation. I mean, look at where Marty's life, tragically could have ended up, right? He wanted that train to come. And I mean, he didn't say this, or maybe he certainly intimated if he didn't say it himself. At the end of the day, he didn't want that train to come. And he found Step. Hearing his story is amazing.
It is, and it's, I always say it's one of those spiritual experiences, that he was able to find us, and he was able to get himself here. And what Marty is too humble to tell you is that Marty is doing a ton of work. Marty is fully engaged in our program. He's taking advantage of all of the groups and life skills opportunities. But as I've mentioned, I'm in a 12-step recovery program as I suffer from the disease of addiction, and I see Marty in those meetings. I see Marty showing up on a daily basis. I see Marty working with a sponsor and putting his recovery first so that he can keep his job. He can rebuild his relationship with his family. He can build up financial savings, and he can rebuild those other areas of his life. And Marty, I can't compliment you and commend you enough for the work that you put in. And, you know, I respect you being a humble man, but I also want to tell the truth about the effort that you're putting into your recovery. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. And that's what it really takes. I mean, you can talk about it all day long, but if you're not putting in the work, putting in the action, you have to have that willingness to want to get to recovery and want to stay sober.
Marty, did you have a little bit, and I know this is personal, if you don't want to answer it, just tell me, none of your business. But did you have that moment where, whether it was with your mother or your children, where you told them what you were doing, but they didn't quite believe it? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I do know exactly, because they've heard the story a million times before. Like, I would go out and use drugs and then come back to them saying, "Oh, I'm not going to do it no more."
Right.
To do it again, and if the same old song and dance, and they were tired of hearing it. So I had to be about action. I have to show them. I have to be. It's all visual. I have to put in the work to change my life and be able to repair those relationships.
Man, you're just, it's just amazing to hear your words. Again, Marty Stevenson, he's a resident at one of the Step Denver sober homes, and as Paul has indicated, takes this so seriously because, friends, this is life. This could be, for some, a matter of life and death. If they don't do this, what is the alternative? They're out on the streets. They're doing drugs. Some are committing crimes. You're pissed off because they're sleeping on your sidewalk. This is a program that works. And can you not give a handout, but give a hand up? coloradogives.org/StepDenver, coloradogives.org/StepDenver. We've got about 20 minutes left in the program. I would love to close the gap and exceed the goal that Step set for today. Marty, I want to commend you, my friend. I hope you have a Merry Christmas ahead, and I want to give you the final word and speak to somebody that may still, after nearly 4 hours tonight and this afternoon, saying, I don't know if Step would work. This program works. What are your final messages for those of us listening?
For those are listening, if you're suffering from addiction and you don't know whether you want to do this or not, or a family member that wants, it works. I promise you, it works. If you come in and commit to this program is wonderful. But you have to have that willingness to come in and do it. I promise you, if you come in and want to change your life and will do anything you have to do to stay so clean and sober, it works. I'm a living witness.
You are.
I promise it works.
Marty, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the year in this crazy, crappy year. And Merry Christmas to you and your family. And listen, we'll keep in touch with you, and I'm praying for you, and I know a lot of people are as well. Thank you so much for the time tonight.
Thank you for having me on, and please help the rest of the people that's waiting to get in here. It will help. Anything helps.
Amen.
Thanks so much, Marty.
Marty Stevenson. Wow. Are you kidding? Seriously. Unbelievable. coloradogives.org/StepDenver. We'll wrap up the program right now. You've listened for maybe minutes on end or a couple of hours. God bless you. Now is the time